There have been a lot of evil cases South Africa has faced this year. The Spaza rape tragedy, the Pastamboro situation that's happening right now, and another evil case that just shook me to the bone this morning. You see, what happened is, if I am not mistaken, it has now been a month since a 21-month-old baby died in Hartswater Hospital in the Northern Cape, and his family is still seeking answers. The father, Mr. Kalepe, alleges that the hospital actually failed to put his son under a ventilation machine despite seeing that he needed it. And you know that if he saw he needed it, he must have told the higher authorities. Therefore, they knew that the baby needed it. And the father says they didn't do anything at all. And now he's accusing the hospital of negligence, saying it failed to offer specialized care for the baby. If that doesn't shake you two to the bone, then I don't know what will. This is a case, one of the many cases that falls under one of the many cases of a hospital failing to protect someone, failing to care for the person, failing to do what the person was brought there to be done to, failing to do what a hospital is supposed to do for someone, look after them. How can you accuse a hospital for negligence? How does that make sense? A hospital is designed to take care of people. So how does it get to the stage where I have to accuse the hospital for negligence? Then why the fuck is the hospital even there in the first place? In the clip I showed you in the first few seconds of the video, you see the father shaken, you see the mother shaken, and you see the father explaining exactly what happened and what he was trying to do to look after the baby. He was telling them the problems the baby was facing. He knew what the baby needed. He was telling them what the baby needed, and they still did nothing. And as a result, he says this.
Lekepe says Kuma's mother is unable to accept what happened.
It's a trauma to her. Every night she cries. It's something that I cannot bear. I also cannot focus on daily basis because I feel like I have failed him also. I should have taken another route to get him a special medical attention, but I did not do that because I trusted a public hospital.
Now, because the hospital failed to do their duty, he feels like he failed the baby by taking the baby to a public hospital. I'm sorry, sir, but you did absolutely nothing wrong in taking that baby to the public hospital. For you see, that's why the public hospital is a public hospital in the first place. It's supposed to be a place where people who are underprivileged, where people who cannot afford should be taken to be looked after, because they should be given the equal rights to those who are able to look after themselves, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong by any statement in that. I can't bring a baby who is in a life or death situation to a hospital who's just not going to be looked after at all. Then why the fuck did I bring that baby to the hospital in the first place? I should have just kept him and let him die at home. That hospital did you wrong. That hospital did you evil. And I pray that that hospital faces the consequences of that action. And it's the unfortunate reality. It's what many of the public hospitals in South Africa do. I know for a fact. I'm forgetting names. There are many other hospitals who do the nonsense this hospital does. Leaves these babies unattended. Not even the babies. There's many other people. Old people. Children. Sick people. Everybody. They are all left neglected, and when they finally die, when they finally hit their last breath, the hospital will come up with every possible excuse. They'll start looking at the documents. Sometimes they'll even go as far as to saying with their evil mouths by saying the child was a foreigner. Who gives a shit? Your job was to look after the kid. Well, luckily for this family, they weren't a foreign family. You can imagine how the hospital would have reacted if it was a foreign family. The hospital would have said, oh, I don't know. They were a foreign family, and when we don't help foreigners, you see, this public hospital. Some nonsense. They would have found some nonsense excuse to why this child had passed away. Some nonsense excuse. And now that the family is South African, and there is no excuse to be given, guess what the hospital does? They stay silent. You see, I'm not crazy when I say this. I literally mean what I say. The hospital has said nothing so far. And how long has it been? It's been a month since this child passed away. I get all my information from SABC News, by the way. Well, this information, because I only saw the information on this news channel. It's been a month since this has happened, and still nothing was done. The mother admits to crying every night. Every single night, because they both think they failed the baby. How do you fail your baby if you take him to the hospital if he's sick? You didn't. They failed your baby. They played your asses. That's what happened. Don't let them tell you otherwise. That hospital is evil, and that hospital needs to be investigated. I was in a public hospital a few days ago. Papers lying around terrible condition. If you're visually sensitive like me, you couldn't even look at the sick people because of how visually terrifying it was. Like, they were very sick, lying on these dirty beds. I felt so bad. Papers lying everywhere. People with broken arms and other things I can't mention, still waiting in lines, sleeping at the hospital just to be attended to. People with kidney stones having to sit down and wait in the line. Old people that have to sit down and sleep on the couch for the night so that they can be attended to. Are these the hospitals we are taking our loved ones to? Are these the hospitals we are giving our full trust to? Are these the hospitals we rely on? It's definitely not a hospital I rely on. And if that's the case, then I don't want to go to a public hospital anymore. And I don't recommend anyone to take their child to a public hospital anymore, especially if it's in such a serious case like this family's. Because trust me, you will regret it. And when you regret it, it's going to be too late. And before this video ends, I'd just like to send my condolences to this family. My prayers are with you. Our thoughts and our prayers are with you. My subscribers' thoughts and prayers are with you. And please, I pray that also someone is arrested in this situation, because there is someone at fault here. The child was unattended. There is negligence. There is a form of negligence here. The child wasn't put under a ventilator. The child evidently had breathing problems and wasn't even attended. I don't know if you guys get this. This is a colossal screw up. This family was fucked over, and the hospital is dancing on the child's grave. They are laughing at this family. They are spitting at the family's faces by not even responding to any of this in the first place, let alone giving in and admitting to be wrong. And I'm sure after having seen this entire case and after having me explain to you exactly what's going on here, this is the lasting image of the child you see. This is the lasting image in your head. The face of a helpless baby who just needed to be put under a ventilator. But that's your lasting image. That's not the lasting image I saw. This is not the lasting image I saw. This is the lasting image I saw. This is the face of a woman who is defeated. A woman who knows that her child was taken away from her by a group of evil people in a public hospital. This is the face of a woman who knows and prays that her child's death does not go in vain if there is no arrest. And not only that, this is the face of a woman who knows there is nothing she can do about this. And this question goes to the nurses who were there when this child was dying in front of them. If they even bothered to be there while the child was having his last hours on this beautiful earth. If this beautiful, cute child was having his last moments, if they even bothered to be there. This goes to you, nurses. I hope you find this video somehow. God finds a way for you to find things that are meant for you. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna find this video at some point. How do you feel? Is this your first death case under your supervision? How exactly do you feel that you may be the prime reason why this family doesn't see their son again? How does it feel to know that you could be charged for murder and negligence? How does it feel knowing that you have a baby's blood on your hands forever? How does it feel knowing that if your names are leaked or exposed in this rapidly growing social media world, your lives will never be the same again, and you will be poked and tortured with being reminded of the death of this child until the very day you die? How do you feel? Tell me how you feel. I'm curious. Very curious. You didn't put this child under a ventilator. What's your reason for neglecting this child? Do you even have a reason? Are you as emotional as I think you are? Are you as remorseful as I think you are? Or is this just like every other case you've been in? Just another one of those. So not only do my condolences go to the family and my thoughts and prayers to the extensions and everything of that family, but I pray someone here is arrested. There is someone at fault here. I don't care who the fuck it is. There is someone at fault here. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me more than you think. Helps me cover more of this stuff. It helps me feel motivated. Helps me more and more motivated. I'll spread the love. Love you guys. And just stay tuned. Alright? You don't want to miss any of this. YouTube could literally cancel me at any time. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be posting the stuff I post here. I didn't do research on that. The controversial things I say here, I don't even know that. Because I know there's no free speech on YouTube. There's no such thing as free speech on YouTube or any other social media platforms. So I don't know how long I'm going to last here. That's why I was thinking of starting a Rumble account, which you should subscribe to. And I still need to start that. But please, I will leave a link on the description for my Rumble account. Subscribe to that because I'll be posting more videos there. And in case this video just goes in a snap any moment now or any month now, just go to my Rumble account and you'll find everything you need there if you want to follow me. Or you can just post me on short form content or whatever you want to do to just give me that exposure. And otherwise, stay safe. And my thoughts and prayers once again to that family. Tell me what you think.